Dogs and cats killed at the city's animal shelter because they don't have the staff to care for them. Indianapolis Animal Care Services wants to change that, and WRTV Investigates Kara Kenny shows us the new approach they're taking.
The city shelter's live release rate is now 84%. That means only 84% of animals are leaving the shelter alive through adoptions, rescues, or returning to owner. This is the worst live release rate since 2015. Just 2 years ago, it was 91%. The city says lack of staffing is a big reason why animals are dying.
John Smyer loves dogs. He's making their lives at the city's animal shelter a little bit more comfortable. He's one of the newest workers here. His job is to clean kennels and feed the animals. It pays $15 an hour.
They love it.
Which John says is better than zero.
You can go buy some instead of having to ask somebody for something. I'm not an asker. I like to buy my own stuff, so I need a job.
John's position is part of a new partnership between Indianapolis Animal Care Services and Keys to Work, a staffing nonprofit which aims to give people second chances. In John's case, he's homeless.
Went down that road where you didn't have much.
Other Keys to Work staffers include people who have spent time in jail or prison. Some could still be serving parole or probation.
The term ex-offender is kind of like it's a derogatory term to those individuals. We try to change that by saying returning citizens because that's who they are. They pay taxes, they pay bills, they take their kids to school, they do everything we do. It's just they made a mistake and, they paid the price for it.
The city shelter is using 4 Keys to Work staffers as part of a new push to boost staffing.
Why partner with them? It's a win-win situation for both of us.
IACS Deputy Director Katie Trenopole says the city's staffing situation is so dire, they're staffed at only 30% of where they should be.
We are at a crisis level, and then Keys to Work, is one way of thinking outside the box to solve the problem.
What can you say to the public that might be concerned about safety?
We're working with Keys to Work to screen the individuals to make sure that this is the right fit for them and this is the place for them to be. When they're here, they're being supervised, and we believe that everybody deserves a second chance.
For many of the dogs and cats here, they don't get a second chance. The city shelter has euthanized more than 1,000 animals so far this year.
Are you euthanizing for space reasons?
We are euthanizing savable animals that we would have been able to save 2 years ago because we don't have the staff to care for them. We don't have the staff to rehabilitate and care for their behavior needs, and it's heartbreaking for all of us.
The city shelter's been on emergency intake status since February, which means you have to have an appointment to surrender an animal unless it's an emergency. That means more of the dogs and cats coming into the shelter are sick, injured, and aggressive, and fewer are making it out alive.
We're also seeing a huge decrease in the number of animals that are getting pulled by our rescue partners. We believe that a big part of that is due to shortage of veterinary services for them to be able to get those animals spayed and neutered.
In April, the city announced pay raises for many shelter staff to more than $15 an hour. But it's hard to recruit and keep staff in an environment where animals die regularly. Animal Care Services hopes its new partnership with Keys to Work will help save dogs and cats and help people like John Smyer get a job. Currently, Keys to Work staffers do not interact with the public at the city shelter. However, both the city and the nonprofit say they're open to expanding their roles in the future. Working for you, Kara Kenny, WRTV.
And here's how you can help. Foster an animal, adopt a dog or a cat. You can volunteer your time or you can donate money. You can also apply to work at the city shelter. We've included links on how you can do all of these things in this story on the WRTV app and at WRTV.com.